Hello, thank you for tuning into this week's section of reads. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. This should be on the YouTube channel, James13 Wicca. I will be putting the dice and the decks I'm using below. Other than that, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's also below, same email. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the reading you chose. Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. What are we doing? Where are we going? What do we got for Sagittarius? Okay, that's Judgment. There's your card. You're in your power. You're in your power. Other people, sometimes other people have to take care of themselves. I don't know why we're going there with that. We'll find out soon enough, I'm sure. Sometimes other people have to take care of themselves. Sag is very helpful, very active. I've noticed this trend with Sag. There's people who just always love you. That's just how it is. There's other people who they come in and out. They love you, they don't. They love you, they don't. I hate to say it, but some of these people, they love you, then they can't stand you. Then they love you, then they can't stand you. Can't be without you, can't be anywhere near you. And there's these people that they just come in and out. And I really think it depends on if they feel like what you're doing is what they want or what they don't want. I would advise being aware of those who just love you when you're doing what they want and can't stand you when you're not. I would just be aware of it. You got to make up your own mind what you want to do with that energy, but I surely wouldn't consider it loyal if it doesn't like you when you're not doing what they want. I would just be aware of it. Certain people will love you always. Other people will not. I don't care who you are on the planet. That's typically how it works. You know how it is. But it does seem to be a little more highlighted with Sag. It's like almost like people just go out of their way to tell you one way or another. Maybe I'm a little off on that. Let me know. There's been disappointment in the past. People you thought were more aligned with you, more appreciative of you, have kind of like snapped back against you. And you've made it through that. And I feel like you've forgiven these people. And that's fine. Forgive is fine, but I would also advise stay aware. Because if they did it once, they'll probably do it again. I kind of call it fair weather friends. I feel like that's not my term. People call that. But be aware of it. I just want you to be aware of it. I don't want it to bring down your energy. I don't want it to ruin your day. But it's kind of like this is cyclical. It's cyclical. They're your friends when they're getting what they want from you. They're not your friend when you're not giving them what they want. I feel like I need to go a little farther with that. I didn't really want to, but it's kind of like you show up to the picnic and say they love coleslaw, you brought coleslaw. You show up to the picnic and you bring cups and forks and knives, and they're like, well, I didn't need that, and now all of a sudden they don't like you. So does this make sense? Maybe that's how I need to put it. It's kind of like, that's kind of how I'm seeing this. Like if you're just showing up and being helpful, unless it's something that they wanted you to bring, you have no value to them. But if you're bringing exactly what they wanted or something that they enjoy, then you're the best person they've ever met. It's not you, it's them. That's supposed to be another piece of the puzzle here. It's a them issue. That's a them issue. That's not a you issue. That's a them issue. I'm doing this. That's nice. There are people in the same situation who love you to bits, whether you bring the coleslaw or you bring the forks and whatever else, forks and knives, that they don't even need them. Maybe they're just having a little roll-up thing. They don't even need those things. But they love you because you're there. They just love you because you're there. Be aware. We want to highlight and center more towards the people who love you just because you're there. They just love you because you're you, not for what you're doing for them. That's what we're trying to get to. We're trying to set this up so you see that, so you gravitate closer to that, or at least at the very minimum, you're like, that person actually cares about me. I need to make sure or try to keep them around me because they'll actually look out for you. No matter what you're doing, they'll look out for you. Okay. Because this is a moment that's meant to be a power moment for you. And you have to do what you have to do. I know that. You have to do what you have to do. Sometimes people who maybe don't have your best interest, you still have to work with them. You have to make that work out. Yes, I'm not saying you should like cause issues. I'm not trying to say that. But like always keep it close to your chest. You know who actually is there for you. You want to know who is there for you and who is not for you. We're beating this to death, I feel. like seriously, the horse is done. How far do we have to beat it? This is going to set up your next evolution. The more of the truth you have is going to help you set the next evolution of where you want to go to your advantage. This needs to go to your advantage. This is not selfish. This is smart. This is you flourishing, and the more you flourish, the more people around you flourish. And the people who should flourish around you are those who are good to you and loyal to you. I mean, not for nothing. Not for nothing. What is coming here? What is coming? I want to get into this next evolution, but it's like something is happening. A new opportunity is here for you. Success is here for you. There are restrictions. It doesn't seem to bother you for whatever reason. I know that Sagittarius is a very free-flowing energy. You got to do what you got to do. You're going to go where you're going to go. You're going to do it the way and when and how and all the other stuff. This does seem to be very limited in some aspects. For some reason, it just doesn't bother you. I don't know why. It's keeping things from getting stuck is one reason. And it's also kind of like, I've seen where this has gone before. If I color outside the lines, everybody thinks they can color outside the lines. The thing is, when you color outside the lines, you're responsible and you take care of what you need to do. So it's like, yeah, I may be going all over the place, but when the end of the week comes, I got everything done. Other people, they go outside and just do what they want to do, and more than half of what they were supposed to do gets completely left out. So that may be a thing. Like, you get done what you need to get done. There may be 50 things on this list, and you're only going to get through 20 anyway, but you know what needs to be done, and you get done what needs to be done. Other people, they're just going to pick what they like, and like whatever happens, happens. That's a different thing. So it's almost like, yeah, due to the history of the situation, I have to be more regimented. I have to stay more in the lines because me doing it is one thing. Other people, they can't handle it. So I don't know. If this is hitting, it's kind of like, yeah, there's restriction, but there's success within that restriction. You're doing it the way you need to do it. You might also have the ability kind of like, well, maybe you're doing your Sagittarius thing more privately, more quietly, where people don't know it's going more your way than they realize. Everybody is supposed to do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're like, well, I'm doing it in the order that I want. I'm just not bringing attention to it, and it's getting done by the end of the day, so what does it matter? I'm just keeping it to myself and keeping it quiet. And the people that I work for, they know that's happening, but I get it done very well. I get it done right, and they're also like, just keep your mouth shut about it, and we can just keep going like that. So it's working. That may be one of the restrictions too, keeping it quiet, keeping it to yourself, the way you're doing it and how you're doing it. Success is here. New beginnings are coming. This is also another highlight, kind of like certain people are only loyal as long as they feel like they're getting what they want. Once they're not getting what they feel that they want, or you're not as beneficial to them, then the bus you will be thrown under. Be careful. Because there's people here that you're going to move forward and they're not. And they get very upset when they want to move forward and they're stuck with the Hanged Man. Like these two cards, the Hanged Man is a Major Arcana. This is actually a Minor Arcana. Very powerful one for Minor Arcana, but the Major Arcana is the one that's going to win out, is what I'm getting. They want to move forward, they want to get things going, and it's not going to happen. They're going to hit the stalemate, or it's just going to drag or just go stagnant. When that happens, Other people around the situation are going to get very unhappy, and they're just going to lash out and try to get whatever they want, no matter who they got to throw under that bus. Keep that in mind. When that happens, because this opportunity is coming forward for you, I don't feel like I really need to address it. This is one of those times where I'm getting like, they're trying to make it your problem. You don't have to own that. This can be a, like, you do a little bit of work and just go do something else. Do a little bit of thing on, like, they're saying, oh, this is your fault, Sag. You give a little bit of energy towards that, and then, oh, I got something else I got to do. I'll be back to that. You don't have to come back to that. Judgment is coming in here. 7 of Cups, like this, is telling me there's some good, there's some bad to this, there's some truth, there's some not, there's some fantasy, there's some fiction. Fantasy and fiction are the same thing. There's some reality, there's some fiction. That's how I was supposed to say that. The Devil card is also coming in like that, saying you don't have to own it just because other people want you to, because people are trying to use you as leverage to get what they want. They're trying to ruin your day to make their own day better. That's not okay. You don't have to own this just because people are trying to use you as a stepping stone so they can step on you to get where they want to be. You don't have to go through that. You don't have to honor that. You can make it look like you're working on something and go do something else. There's this energy where somebody else is trying to hold you down and hold you back because they can't win by the same rules that you can. I don't have to tell you about that. You work differently than they do. This is, again, an example of, like, they love you when you're doing what they want, when they're getting something out of your efforts. They don't like you when you're flourishing without them. Keep in mind, because I'm getting, you don't have to sit here with that. You don't have to take that. You don't have to center on it. You can just keep moving around it. Address what has to be addressed and then just leave it. Center your energy on your opportunity and where you want to be. Just realize it's going to work out. So, like, I keep getting, like, somebody trying to make you do something, trying to make you work out this report, for example. And it's kind of like, well, work on it a little bit and then go do something else. And then don't email them or don't keep in contact. Don't bring it up to them. Let them bring it up and go, oh, I don't know. I was doing something with it. I can email you what I have. Do you want me to do that? And then they just kind of talk in circles and then just, oh, I got something I got to do. Got a phone call. Just keep moving away from it is what I keep getting. I know it sounds a little shady because I feel like it sounds a little shady. I just feel like I don't want to help somebody screw me over. Use your intellect. Ground the energy. Let them pick up the pieces. They want to prove that something's wrong. Let them do the legwork. Don't do the legwork for them. Whatever it is they want that they're going to try to hold you back with, leave it for them. And I keep getting, like, use your intellect to get away from it. Keep centering on what you actually want to do, where you actually want to go. Let those things fall aside and just be like, oops. I don't know. That's what I keep getting, the oops thing. You got things that are supposed to be here for you, that it's more of your journey, not a them journey. They're going to try to hold you back. You don't have to let them do that. You don't have to let them do that. The Nine of Pentacles is a very self-sufficient card. They'll be fine. They'll have their own opportunities. Them trying to get in your way is not helping them. They may think it is, but it's really not. It's just screwing them over as much as it's screwing you over. I'm just saying. You'll be surprised at how quickly this passes on if you just keep centering on what you want and you just kind of like, oh, I got something else to do. Oh, yeah, I'll come back to that. Just keep playing that I'll come back to that game as long as you have to. Readings are for entertainment purposes only. Take it with a mountain's worth of salt. It's a general read. I'm just saying, I'm not saying you should do anything. I'm saying it's a possibility. It's a possibility. Because I'm getting it'll move on quicker than you expect, and then all of a sudden they like you again. It'll move on quicker than you expect, and all of a sudden they like you again. Do yourself a favor. Remember what they're like. Remember what they're doing to you. I'm not saying you need to be mean to anybody. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you have to build walls or anything like that. Just remember what they're like, and just remember when push comes to shove, if you need somebody to have your back, that they're not going to be there. That's all this is. That's the point of this. Not only that you don't have to play into their game and do the work for them to screw you over. That's one thing. We don't need to be doing that. But two, just remember when push comes to shove, they don't have your back. I don't care how nice and beautiful and wonderful they sound on the surface. push comes to shove, they don't have your back. So, you know, I don't know if I've said it, but I'll say it now. If they don't have your back, it's really not fair if you have their back. I don't know. You've got to decide what you want to do with that. If this is hitting the way it sounds like it. If it's hitting, if this reading is making sense, if it's linking up to your life, I'm not a person that gets into the habit of like somebody doesn't have my back, I'm not going to look out for them. If they're not looking out for you, I don't know why you're looking out for them. I'm just saying. Whatever you're doing here, if you're looking out for people who are not looking out for you, you're going to take them forward with you. And that's going to make your road a lot more difficult. You have the Ace of Pentacles coming in, and you're going to be looking out for people. There's a lot of people around this situation that you're just naturally going to look out for. You don't want to pull people forward that are not looking out for you. They're going to be a drain on your energy. They're going to cause problems for you and other people you care about that don't need to be there. You want to bring people forward with you who look out for you because you're naturally going to look out for them. If they're not looking out for you, by looking out for them, even though they're not looking out for you, you're going to pull them into the next level of your story. It's not going to serve you. It's going to cause you issues and problems that you don't have to have. You decide what's right for you. I don't know why I had to clap at the end of that, but we're there. I'm going to shut that down there. I hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email. jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.